Hey, everybody, it's Jeff with your midweek coaching prompt, and this is episode 3 of a 5-part episode that we're working on the lies that hold Christians back. The first lie was that God's mad at us. The second lie is that God's a man with a head and arms and bodies, and that's not true. And we needed to do it in this order. So when we realized that God is spirit, now we can talk about this third lie, and that is God's way out there somewhere. And that's a lie too. And here's why. God is out there, but he's also among us and he's also in us. Paul says to the Greek philosophers in Acts, when he was in Athens, he said, yeah, there's this other God that you're not aware of in whom we live and move and have our being. He's all around us. This is more mystical. This concept is breaking down what's called duality. We're separate from God and moving towards unitive awareness. And that's exactly what it is. It's a growing in your awareness. It's not so much that I've got to allow Jesus in my heart. It's that I've got to wake up to the Christ in my heart. This is what Paul says. Paul says, listen, here's the mystery that was completely evading every single author and contributor to the Old Testament. None of them got it. They were looking through a glass dimly. None of them got this mystery. It's Christ in you, the hope of glory. And so why is this Christ in us a hope of glory? Why would we be excited to have a glorified life of peace, of joy, of power, of sanity, of love, of compassion? Why is this? Because Jesus said, when I die, my spirit's leaving me, and you're going to get a counselor and a comforter. A counselor and a comforter. Everything that you need is going to be indwelling, enthroned on our hearts in the form of Christ in us. So think about it. Look back at John, the first book of John. He says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and the Word was light. And then he says, later on, he says, the Word became flesh. So now you've got this Word who was light, who was the Christ. Then it becomes flesh. Now you have Jesus, the Christ. Keep moving chronologically here. Where does the Christ show up next? Jesus dies. He sends the Christ in the form of the Holy Spirit. That's in us. Remember, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit aren't three different things. They're three different manifestations of the same thing. And so we've got this thing in us, this Christ that can communicate with us internally. And it's my hope that you can grow in that awareness. And so here's the coaching question for the week. What do you need to do to believe that's true? That the source of all counsel and all comfort is inside. And then once you do believe that, how do you cooperate that and become obedient to where the Christ, the Holy Spirit, is guiding you? So that's our coaching prompt for the week. Be loved, go love.